What up, Doe? What up, Doe? What's good, y'all? We are back at it again with another episode of 411 Lions. As you can see, we are back in separate locations, unfortunately.
The restraining order got cut back on.
yeah, no funding for that. But I'm back in Jersey. We're back for another episode. We're, of course, post game, literally like post game, like 30 minutes after the game just ended. The Detroit Lions, of course, did defeat the Cincinnati Bengals. But before we get started with all the game stuff, I want to introduce myself again, King Keith. You can follow me on Instagram _Dr. King's Dream, Twitter at the same place. Go ahead, CB.
What up? What up? Where is your girl CB? You can follow us on 411 Lions on TikTok. If you like our clips and you like what you see, you can follow our podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, YouTube, anywhere you get your podcasts, you can hear us. All right. Lions versus Cincinnati. Okay, so quick question. So, it was the score of what you thought it was going to be? Because I didn't think Cincinnati would score 24.
I think it was similar, but I think the garbage time touchdowns, I mean, they kind of just are what they are. I think that the game, as it went for most of the game, went kind of how I expected it to go. Minus the left tackle situation, which kind of came out of nowhere last minute. But I think it kind of went how I expected it to go. But the garbage time touchdowns, just again, they are what they are. Jamar Chase made an amazing play. Then you got a random blown coverage because they got 6 new DBs, it feels like, in the game at one time because everybody's dropping like flies.
Me.
So I guess not exactly what I expected, but I think the game went as I expected. I just didn't expect the garbage time touchdowns.
Yeah, that second touchdown Jamar Chase had caught. Amika Robinson, why'd you bite on that? Why'd you bite on that? You were supposed to keep following your man.
Yeah, the injuries, I just felt like they were trying to do a little bit too much at a certain point. Like Amik just doesn't make that mistake. But I also felt like if Jamar Chase is running deep, why is there only one person chasing him? So I don't know. I think that there was just a lot of confusion on that play. I know Trey Flowers had just come in on that play. And then also I think Avonte Maddox was out there for that play. Yasin went down. Terriana went down. It was getting a little bit shaky. It was getting a little bit weird out there. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say that was kind of an issue with the formation, schematics, personnel, guys just kind of not being in the places they're supposed to be rather than it being mostly a skill issue. Though Amik did make a mistake there.
Say that again, because I'm like, okay, why are corners going down? Because of course you already got Ennis Rakestraw that's been hurt, Reeder, Arnold, Rocky Sin.
Yeah, and it looked like Yasin was dealing with cramping, which Brian Branch also tends to have issues with. I'm not sure what the hydration issue is with those guys because it feels like Branch every other game has like a cramp or something that he goes down with. And Yasin seems to be dealing with the same thing, which, to be fair, Rocky San hadn't played this many minutes in a meaningful game in a decent amount of time. So, yeah, the cramping, all that kind of weird stuff. It was a strange game overall a little bit. I mean, the Lions most overall played pretty well, but it was a bit of a weird game.
Yeah, I think the offense definitely was nice. I was expecting a 30-piece, which Detroit did win 37-24. This is the 4th straight game where the Lions have scored 34 points or more. So congratulations, Detroit. No NFL team has done that so far this year. Yeah, I was expecting a 30-piece.
Yeah.
30-piece.
I was expecting 30-piece as well. And of course we got it. I do think the offense still leaves a little bit of space to be desired. And I do wonder if with the Lions playing 2 of the weaker teams on their schedule and then having to come back and play a tough stretch of their schedule, if maybe they were holding some things back. Obviously Taylor Decker, big story. He did end up sitting out this game. And Giovanni Manu made his first start. And while in the run game, he looks fine. And on certain plays, he's okay. There were a couple of plays where he looked really bad. And that is a bit of a concern because, I mean, again, if this is a more meaningful game, maybe Taylor Decker probably does play, but um, again, the concern going into the season for me, the biggest issue was the tackle, like the backup tackle issue, and today didn't inspire a lot of faith in that. I mean, they did play good, so they were able to scheme around it a little bit. But for example, when we talk about plays or we wanted things to go better for the Lions, they're driving down the field, the second drive of the game. Looks like they're going to go ahead and put up another seven. And Jared Goff gets hit and he fumbles. And that play is 100% not on him. Manu got beat quick, like right off the snaps. And Goff got hit blindside. Like, that just kind of can't happen, especially in those kind of situations where you're trying to establish some dominance against an inferior team. So that was a little bit concerning, but it was also Manu's first start, and I think that people do need to be willing to give him a little bit more time to learn. And also, Trey Hendrickson led the NFL in sacks last year, so not like a big deal to get beat by him, but he got beat pretty bad, and he also got beat pretty bad later on in the game as well for another sack. So um, it's a work in progress to say the least. But with the offense seeming to be not fully rolling, and yet for them to still be scoring points the way that they're scoring, like they haven't got the deep ball going a lot yet this season. It's been more of the intermediate type stuff. It is impressive to see. Like once they get the deep ball going, I really think that this team goes crazy.
Yeah, I think they'll get Williams involved in this season eventually. But yeah, Cincinnati did get home a couple times, I believe. The Lions gave up 4 sacks. Jared Goff was sacked 4 times, so
Mhm.
they got home a couple times. Mm, it's all right, but we got home a couple times too, including Barnes doing that safety sack. That
Yeah, yeah. Barnes
was
got the
nice.
safety. Hutch almost got the safety, but they called a holding call on Terry Arnold, which I guess was holding. I guess he was holding. Again, it's always ticky tack with him, but also he got to avoid the ticky tack stuff. So that was pretty interesting. And I know that people have comments about his performance. How do you feel like he played today?
Believe because what he got a pass interference call, right?
He did get
He
a
got a
pass
pass
interference
interference
call.
and a holding.
He did. The pass interference was like a 3 yard play, but it was pass interference nonetheless.
Mm, and then he left the game.
He did. He did leave the game with a shoulder injury, which we'll see. We'll see. I mean, the Lions got to keep some of these guys up, man. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but they got to keep some of these guys up.
Yeah, because this secondary, I don't know if the Bengals had 10 more minutes, but then again, it is Jake Browning. So Jake Browning had three touchdowns and 3 interceptions. So let me hush. But that secondary does have to clean up some of those mistakes. That some blown coverage. Um, maybe we need some more safety help.
Yeah,
Because
I
a meek
mean,
that touchdown with Chase, I didn't see no safety in route.
yeah, and one thing that I feel like I'm noticing is the way the Lions are playing coverage and how they're giving help. It seems like when Terrion is on the field, they are shading a lot of the help towards him. For example, when Kirby Joseph got that interception, which shout out to Kirby Joseph for getting another interception. It feels like he gets one every game. But Terrion Arnold was
Man.
also in position to intercept that pass. It was just a horrible throw. But it seems like they're shading a lot of help over there, and they're kind of allowing Meek Robertson to just kind of go one on one. And they're relying on him. And I think we saw that rear its head a little bit on the the Jamar Chase touchdown. Because if Terrion gets beat like that, there's probably a safety over there to help him. But um, for Meek, there wasn't, unfortunately. So we'll see. The secondary for them to be playing against a safety tandem. I mean, the wide receiver tandem they were playing against. Like, I don't think it was bad. I definitely don't think it was bad. But there's still space for improvement and hopefully some health. Hopefully,
Yeah, we definitely need to get some of these corners back soon. Because Reader is it's gonna be a couple more weeks with Reader.
Reed. Yeah, he's going to be
I
out.
mean Reed. I always say Reader.
He's going to be out at least 3 more weeks, like minimum 3 more weeks. Could be more, but
Mm.
minimum 3 weeks. Which it's just so unfortunate and it's so interesting to see because DJ Reed was like known to be a very healthy, always on the field kind of player. And then the Lions signed him and he's playing good and hurt. Like it is unfortunate to see. And I don't I don't know what that could be attributed to. Honestly, it may just really be bad luck, but hopefully Terry Arnold's fine. I do like some of the things that he did during this game. After the holding call, he really bounced back well. They threw a pass to T. Higgins. He was in pretty good position, broke it up. And then, of course, the interception that was going to Jamar Chase. It was a horrible throw, but I mean, Terry Arnold was still in a really good position to make a play on the ball, which is credit to him. So, I thought he did some things good, but yeah, the hands, the panicking still is a work in progress. Looks like a second year corner, but like looking at Quinyon Mitchell and guys like that are succeeding as second year corners, like he looks a little bit behind them. So hoping for the best, but really would be nice to see DJ Reed get back for some of these games because the Chiefs are coming, the Bucks are coming, the Vikings are coming, the Eagles are coming. Like we're gonna need our corners if we're gonna play as much man as we do.
Yeah, we definitely gonna need to be full for Kansas City. Kansas City Eagles, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess one thing that helps is that the run defense looks good. The run defense has looked steady so far, and they didn't give up much to Chase Brown today either. So that's good to see. If they can keep teams in obvious passing situations, that does good for the DBs. But yeah, if one of these games comes up where they're not able to stop the run as effectively, that's when it's like, okay, well, the other team can now run these play action passes, and the man coverage ain't holding up as much. We'll see. We shall see. But we got to get these corners healthy. Any other interesting things you feel like you saw today?
Let's see what we get. St. Brown, 100 yards, Mr. Reliable. Laporta, 92 yards, 1 touchdown.
He
Oh,
was excellent.
Monty, man, Laporta was just everywhere, everywhere we needed him. Monty, passing touchdown and rushing touchdown. That
Yeah,
was nice.
very, very good for Montgomery, and also very good to see the way the Fox broadcast kind of handled and spotlighted his situation. Of course, I mentioned it last week that David Montgomery's from Cincinnati, played at Mount Healthy High School. I did not
Mhm.
know he played dual threat quarterback at Mount Healthy, but to see him throw for a touchdown in Cincinnati after he grew up throwing for touchdowns in Cincinnati, running for touchdowns in Cincinnati, and of course, it's a really sweet story or unfortunate turns, kind of sweet, I guess, for Montgomery's sake. The story with his sister getting into the accident and this being the first time for her to be able to see him play live in action. It was really nice. It was really good. And you know that the Lions in those kind of situations are always going to try and put their players in the best benefit to have a strong emotional response. And I'm sure that meant a lot to David Montgomery. So shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. Just another excellent game for him. Jameer Gibbs, productive as well. Like you said, St. Brown, just automatic. I know there's some concerns with JMO. It seems like he's not getting involved in the offense. I don't know if you want to touch on that a little bit. I know I have some theories.
Well, I mean, he'll heat up. He'll heat up. But yeah, I think what did he have? 1 yard receiving today?
I
I
don't know
checked the
what the
score,
stat
the
line was.
box
I
score.
know I think he had one catch, and then I think he might have had a little bit of rushing yards.
Yeah,
Um,
he had 1 yard receiving. I said, okay. A little different, a little different, a little
yeah,
different.
I think people are panicking. I think people are failing to realize what kind of receiver Jameson Williams is. He's not a possession receiver. Not saying he can't be a possession receiver, but the Lions don't use him as the possession receiver. He is a deep threat. And there was a play, for example, I think it was when Laporta got open, where you look down the field and Jamo's taking a corner and Jamo's taking a safety. That is what the Lions use him primarily as a person that opens up the field because you can't really cover him with one person. You got to give the help over the top because he's just too damn fast. So regardless of if he's getting the ball, if he's getting the targets, whatever, Jamal is providing a very valuable role to this offense still. It may not be the flashiest, but he's still getting downfield and he's blocking. He's still playing every snap, which the Lions seem to really have a lot of faith in him. So right now the deep ball just isn't kind of going because teams are covering it. They're putting their attention to it. But that makes St. Brown's life easier. That makes Laporta's life easier. That makes Gibbs' life easier. It makes Goff's life easier. But another thing that doesn't help with that is the pass protection has to be better for you to get those deep shots. If you're gonna let him run down the field, you gotta allow Goff to hold the ball 3, 4 seconds. But you gotta have faith in that offensive line to be able to do that. And you know, when Manu is in there and he's not necessarily up to standard fully with the blocking. You don't want to take those deep shots because you feel like golf is going to get sacked. So it's a lot of factors for why I think JMO isn't fully involved. But I think as these upcoming weeks get here, I think we're going to see him be heavily involved. I wouldn't be surprised even next week to see him be very involved if Taylor Decker is back.
Yeah, I'm not worried. I don't know why anybody would be worried. Detroit, if you're worried, I hope you ain't, but I'm not worried. It's
Yeah,
only what, week 5. We're 4-1, we're fine.
yeah, exactly. I think that he's
He's
served his
not
purpose.
injured, so we're fine.
Yeah, he is absolutely serving his purpose. He's a deep threat. He's supposed to stretch the field. And that's what the Lions are using him as right now. They're not just throwing the ball up to him, even though golf did that a little bit last week. But um, yeah, it's going to work out. It'll be fine. But if the throws aren't there, just know the underneath throws probably are there, which is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine.
Yeah, we got so many weapons. Also, Tesla had a touchdown. Shout out Tesla.
Yeah, yeah. He just if the ball's thrown his way, he just continues to catch it. Like there's no way he's not going to catch it. It seems like so.
That
Um,
kid is nice.
Yeah, yeah, he's legit. And we'll probably see him later in the season. See the Lions do more with him. He also made a really good play on special teams, which goes unnoticed a lot of the time. So shout out to Tesla for just playing a role, being a number 3, number 4 receiver, whatever you need him to be. Khalif Raymond looked like he might have been pretty legitimately hurt today, which obviously is unfortunate because he's very reliable, but that does open up some
Yeah.
snaps for Tesla to kind of prove himself a little more too.
Yeah, we just got so many weapons on offense. So, I mean, J Mo and St. Brown may not get the ball every game, but I'm not concerned with who gets the ball longest. The offense is moving down the field. We scoring. We good. Nobody's injured. We good.
Yeah, I'm not complaining too much about 37 points. Even though the Lions defense with them interceptions did set the offense up pretty well for a lot of those, 37 points is 37 points. Like we'll take it. And the Bengals did play really good run defense today, so we'll take that.
Yeah, because Monty had what, 65 yards, a rushing touchdown.
Hmm.
Gibbs had, let's see. I think he had maybe like 40 something, 50 something yards
Yeah, but he also
rushing.
caught a really nice touchdown too. So
Yep.
yeah, everybody's involved there. Everybody's still rolling. So we're hoping to see something interesting from the Chiefs. Since we're talking about it, what are you thinking about this Chiefs game next week?
Chiefs game. Because what's their record? What they like
I don't know what Kansas City's record is. I think it's 2-2.
2-2.
I think
I mean, obviously they got Mahomes, you know. Because they don't have Rashid Rice back yet, do they?
no,
Not just yet.
I think he'll be back like the week after the Lions game. I want to say.
Okay, cool. So, but he does have the other kid that he's starting to throw to. I forgot his name, but he's starting to be productive for Mahomes too.
Are you talking about Thornton?
Thornton.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Mahomes.
like him.
Yeah, just another guy that can just absolutely fly. For my Madden people, y'all know a lot about Tyreek Thornton. He's like a cheat code on Madden. He's like a 98 speed on there. Um, yeah, can absolutely fly. So he got some weapons. Worthy seems to be playing pretty well, though. Now it looks like he might be re-injured potentially. I'm not really sure. So he's questionable for tomorrow night's game against Jacksonville, but um yeah, it's going to be an interesting game for sure because the Chiefs' defense is still good. And like you said, they still got Mahomes, still an outstanding player. I think it same as usual. The Lions got to stop the run first and foremost. Put them in obvious passing downs, and then you got to bring Mahomes down whenever you get the chance to get your hands on him. But it should be a good test for sure for the Lions because I think these past 2 weeks have been a little bit like kind of a lull. Like the games have hit a point where they've been a little bit slow, a little bit boring. Seems like the Lions have almost, I don't want to say they've gotten bored, but I think the execution has been a little bit lower because the competition has been a little bit lower. You just got to avoid playing down to the competition. So having some legitimate Super Bowl contending competition to come back into town should be pretty interesting.
Yeah, that Kansas City defense, they're pretty nice. They're pretty
Yeah,
nice.
still a lot of guys there. Still a lot of guys. Front seven, Nick Bolton, all those guys. The secondary is, I think, testable for sure. They also got a really good defensive coordinator in Spagnuolo who's going to dial up the pressure. Jared Goff's going to see some blitzes next week for sure. But hopefully Taylor Decker is back because they're going to need to pick up those blitzes. They're going to send pressure and do all those different kind of things. But we got faith in the Lions. We believe in them. I think they're a better team on paper than Kansas City, but should be a fun
Hell
game.
yeah, we gonna whoop Kansas City ass. One thing about Kansas City this year. Yes, it's Kansas City, but they don't look scary to me. They don't look scared. They ain't once that fear team where you were a little bit nervous to go into Arrowhead and go against. I ain't worried.
I
I
don't
ain't
know.
worried.
I will say they did look really good against Baltimore last week.
And but Baltimore, eh, I don't know what's going on with Baltimore this year. And they just lost, but Lamar wasn't playing. But they lost. Who they lose to? 'Cause they lost like
Houston,
44-10.
Houston, bad.
Yeah, CJ Stroud put on a hell of a show, and he been struggling.
Yeah, Baltimore seemed like the defense to get right against at this point, which is kind of crazy to think about, considering the Ravens' history. But I don't know. I mean, KC had a good game against them though, which maybe it isn't saying a lot. We'll see. They play Jacksonville tomorrow night, and Jacksonville's defense has actually been really good this year. Don't know if anybody saw that coming, but they have been outstanding. So
They definitely took a step up.
yeah.
I feel Kansas City and Baltimore have taken a little bit of a step back. I
Hmm.
don't think. Well, I'm not going to say they're not good, obviously, and they're not Super Bowl competing teams, but they they're not what they once were.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
ain't that feared. I'm not really that nervous. The only team I'm a little nervous to face would be maybe the Eagles, and that's that damn Tampa Bay, man.
yeah. I was gonna say because the Eagles lost to Denver today in a game that they just had no business losing.
Yep.
But Tampa Bay, ooh, ooh, they look like a problem.
Talk about all grit. I know Detroit is all grit, but that damn Tampa Bay, that damn Baker Mayfield, man.
Boy, I mean, like, and the Abuka is just showing out. They still got Godwin. Mike Evans will probably be back in a couple weeks. They missing some guys on the offensive line, but it seems to not have really bothered them. Like they got running backs, they got tight ends. I think they defense is a little bit questionable, but like they just gonna fight. They gonna fight. Like they gonna if you let the defense kind of slow you down a little bit, Tampa Bay can run it up on you real fast. The only thing is, again, the defense is a little bit vulnerable, and Baker Mayfield will throw that ball to you. But again, if he throw the ball to you, you gotta catch it because you're not gonna get that many chances. So they look as intimidating as anybody. Going into Seattle and winning that game today was really impressive.
Yeah, that was a good game. I'll probably say best game so far. That was a good game. That damn Tampa Bay, they put on the show, and they are scrappy.
Definitely a good game, but that Carolina Miami game was interesting too. I'm a Bryce Young guy. I really do believe in Bryce Young, and to see him, put together a pretty decent performance against Miami was nice. Rico Dowdle had over 200 rushing yards. Just sure, why not? Um, and then the Cardinals coming back against the Titans. I mean, the Titans coming back against the Cardinals. The Cardinals just cannot get out their own way.
Cardinals, man,
They're so strange. They are like Twilight Zone.
they suck. That's how strange they are. They damn suck, man.
I mean, you had the DeMarcado touchdown, like it was like 78 yards or something crazy, and then Buddy drops the ball before he gets in the touchdown, which just like, what are you
But didn't
doing?
you learn from old boy that did that in Indianapolis?
But
Damn.
and it keeps happening. That's the third time this season something like that has happened, and it's not like it hadn't happened before this season either. Run in the touchdown, like I get it. Like you want to show out, you want to do whatever, you want to make it look like it's easy, but like, bruh, get in the touchdown. Like just cross the plane and celebrate afterward. Whatever you do afterward, I'm here for the celebration. But get in there, bruh.
Man, when I saw that, because it was crazy because that one was a little closer than the Indianapolis one. It's like,
Oh
bruh,
yeah, yeah,
what is you doing?
yeah.
What
It's
is you doing?
yeah. Guys got to cut it out. But that allowed them to get back into the game. They had Cam Worth on an interception. and then the Cardinals player fumbled it, and then the Titans player recovered it in the touchdown. I mean, just
It
blasphemy,
was
absolute
wild.
blasphemy. And yeah, just for them to come down and win the game and catch my parlay. So that was pretty nice to see. That was pretty nice to see.
And hey, audience, I can't believe my baby brother ain't sent me his parlay. He didn't cash in hundreds of dollars.
I just got back to Jersey at 2:30. I wasn't even thinking about putting nothing in for real. I was like, let me just put in
I'm
a little
coming to see you.
let me just put in a little last minute, and it did the trick. It did the trick. So
I'm
we're not
coming to see you
sponsored by
about that 500.
we're not sponsored by FanDuel, but shout out FanDuel if you do want to sponsor us. Shout out
I ain't
FanDuel.
won nothing yet.
Sometimes you just gotta feel it. You gotta feel it. You gotta know.
Man, I
You
ain't
gotta
trying
know.
to hear that.
You just gotta know. But yeah.
Okay, so
Anything else?
prediction time. Oh, go ahead.
Prediction time for what?
Kansas City. Kansas City, Detroit. What's gonna be the score?
Okay, I want to reserve the right to change my prediction as the week goes on.
Don't
Um,
do that. Don't do that.
well, because we got to see Taylor Decker status, and also Lee McNeil might be back in this game too. It sounded like Lee McNeil was this close to playing this week, which was kind of shocking, honestly. Safe. Sorry, I'm watching the Tigers play. Um, which go
Shout
Tigers,
out to
by
the
the way.
Tigers for stealing game one in Seattle. They had me screaming damn last night now.
Yeah,
I went to work, barely had no voice.
now we got the best pitcher in the world on the mound for us tonight in his hometown. Hopefully that works out for him. But
Skoo.
yeah, but prediction wise, I think the Lions are going to win. I If I had to give a score, I would give it 31-21 Lions.
31-21.
31-21. I think they can score on this Kansas City defense, and if they can put them in unfavorable positions early and down, stopping a run on first down, slowing down on second down. I just don't trust Kansas City's receivers. I feel like there are going to be some drops. There are going to be some typical shenanigans that you get from Kansas City. Mahomes trying to drag the team, but the Lions not allowing it. Hutch going to get him at least one sack, probably two. Um, but I think the Lions will win the game fairly close, but I think Kansas City will put up a bit of a fight too.
Okay. I'ma go Detroit. Another 30 piece. 30-piece nugget for me, baby. um, I'm gonna go. It's gonna be a little closer than this Cincinnati and Detroit game. I'm gonna go 35-27.
27. You think the Chiefs going to score 27?
35-27.
Okay. Okay. We can live with that. We can live with that as long as it's a W.
Oh, we getting the W. Because we playing there or we playing at Fort Field?
I think it's in Kansas City, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's in KC.
Oh, well, we gonna take that over too, because you heard the Cincinnati crowd. Jerry go. Jerry go.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The Lions kind of just take over everybody's crowd. It seems like they don't.
Shout out.
Yeah, they're never really not a presence there. Like they make it confusing almost to determine who's home and who's not. So they gonna do the same in Kansas City like they did that one time.
425 game?
Sunday night, 8:20.
Sunday night. Okay.
Sunday night. Well, speaking of Sunday night, I need to get this game on actually. Yeah, we got
Yeah, I'm gonna
Buffalo.
definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely go. Detroit Lions gonna get. We gonna get the win. I think Kansas City around that late third, fourth quarter, they gonna start to rally, put up a little bit of fight. But I think it's gonna be too late. Gonna be too late.
Yeah. I think Mahomes is gonna try and work some magic. He's gonna extend some plays and do his crazy stuff, but I don't think Kansas City got. They just don't got enough. They don't got enough. Unfortunately, They don't got the Jamar Chase guys that's gonna like make those like that absurd touchdown catch Jamar Chase made earlier today. Like Kansas
Man,
City don't got people that's gonna do that. They just don't.
I ain't gonna
So
lie, that was crazy.
it was that was pretty bad. That was like I put no fault on the defense for real. Like you want to get Jake Browder down earlier, I guess, but Jake Browning will make some of the worst throws you'll ever see, and apparently he'll make some of the best throws you'll ever see.
Because that interception, that Kirby Joseph interception, that was the worst fucking throw.
Confusing.
I said, what the hell?
The Meek Robertson one was confusing too, like way behind. Well, you see what he was doing, but it was way behind him, and Meek made a great play. The Anzalone one, he just threw into triple coverage. Like, I don't know what Jake Browning was on in that first half. I don't. I don't. But
Man, he got that team torched.
yeah,
Hopefully Joel Burrow's coming back soon is what I can say to you, Cincinnati. But bye bye. We are leaving Cincinnati and we will be back to talk about Kansas City. What next Monday probably? Yeah, because it's
hmm
Sunday night. So next Monday, you'll expect us. We'll be here. Shout out to everybody that's listening. Who taking
best.
us out? Me or you? Me or you? Because I know we
You
gotta watch our Tigers.
you got it, big dog.
All right, world. We will be back next week. We'll be back Monday afternoon. We'll probably have this recap of Detroit winning against Kansas City. If you want to follow us, you can follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts. You can follow us. You can also follow us on TikTok for 11 Lions. We'll be back next weekend. Good night, Detroit. Peace.
Peace.